Hi, I'm Chip Rowan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, we're going to be learning about the Connellsville Juneteenth celebration. And joining me here at the table is Gail Stafford. Gail is actually the president of the Diversity Board, the Connellsville Diversity Board, and also on the Juneteenth Committee. And beside her is Stanley Smith, and he's on the planning committee for the Juneteenth celebration. And here to my left is Tony Cullen, and Tony is actually the secretary for the Connellsville Diversity and Inclusion Board, and also the chair of the Juneteenth Committee. And we've talked to Tony before, so it's good to have you back and good to have your friends here with you too.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, talk about what's going to be happening here for Juneteenth in Connellsville this year.
Okay, well, Juneteenth this year in Connellsville is scheduled for June 21st. It's a Saturday. The time is from 11 to 5, and we will have a program that begins at 11 o'clock. And the reason for Juneteenth, a little history about it, is that whenever President Lincoln freed the slaves that were located in Galveston, Texas, were not aware that they were now free. So until Governor or General Granger went to Galveston and announced it, then that's when those slaves were finally free. So that was in June, and that's why they call it Juneteenth, because that was when the very last slaves realized that they were free.
So there was actually a time period between
Right,
when
yeah,
slavery
it
officially ended and
Right,
everyone
yeah.
actually, we didn't have the internet back then to show
Right,
the news.
exactly.
So it took a little longer to get the word
Yes,
around. Yeah.
yes.
So this is the fourth year that you've celebrated this here in
Yes.
Connellsville, and so it's 11 to 5, and you have a new location this year, and it's at
Right.
Yough River Park.
Right.
Yeah. And Stanley, if you'll talk about why that change has taken place.
Well, it changed. We had it downtown in the first 2 to 3 years, and the turnout wasn't that good, and we wanted more people to seem like would gather at the Yough Park more better.
Yeah, we have a lot of the facilities there are better,
Right.
and you have. We talked earlier about even shade because there wouldn't be a lot of shade. You were right next to City Hall before.
Right. Yeah, we were right by City Hall, and like you said, this time, even if the weather is bad, and we're hoping it's not bad.
Hoping it's
at
nice
least
and sunny,
we have,
but not too sunny.
Right. Well, at least we have pavilions and everything like that to help us out.
Yeah, and it's right along the river there, so if
Right.
it is warm, that probably would make it a little cooler. Just that
Oh yes.
you can jump in and take a little dip if you needed to. You can have baptism or something while it's going on. If you'll talk about what's going to happen that day. I know there's a lot of activities, but if you could share with us some of the things that will happen on June 21st.
We are anticipating quite a few people. We're hoping that quite a few people will come out. We want this to be more of a community involvement. We're trying to, that's one of the reasons why we changed it from the East Side Fire Station down to the Yough River Park. There's much more, it's open, we have more facilities, but we're starting out, the Connellsville Area School District will be singing, their choir will be singing the national anthem as well as the African American anthem. And we have quite a few vendors. We'll have food, we're going to have a band, we're going to have a dance. We'll be having a lot of things going on throughout the afternoon that we're hoping everybody will come and participate.
So it's from 11 to 5, and it's a full calendar, I think,
Right.
from 11 to 5, a full agenda.
Right, yes.
You want to talk about, I know you have some special speakers coming?
Our keynote speaker for this event is Cynthia Cole Hill, and she's a former educator for the Connellsville Area School District.
Okay.
So she's very excited to come back to Connellsville and speak.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
nice. Yeah. We stress this, but we'll stress it some more. Everyone's invited to attend, so it's
Yes.
open to whoever
The
wants
community,
to come.
yes.
Yeah.
We that's what we're striving for, more participation from the community.
So it's a celebration, but it's also an opportunity to educate too.
Right, yes, for people to learn more about Juneteenth and what it means to us and what it means to everyone, as a whole.
Yeah. Entertainment throughout the day.
Entertainment throughout the day. During the program section, we will have choirs from St. Paul church in Uniontown. They have a men's choir, which is called the Watchmen, and they're going to perform. They also have a men and women's choir called God's Choir. They're also going to perform. We also have a Paige Morgan. She's going to do a dance. And then our Connellsville area school students, they're also going to do another number besides the anthems that they are going to perform.
Sounds like good. And you do have a sponsor helping you this year too.
Yes, we do. We have a big sponsor in the Connellsville Counseling and Psychological Services. They've sponsored us for $1,000 to help us with planning our program this year.
And they've done that
So,
before too,
yes,
so it's nice
yes,
of them to help.
exactly,
So
yes.
we appreciate their help. And if someone else would want to sponsor, how would they get a hold of you?
They could always contact me via my email address.
Okay,
And
what is that?
My email address is T as in Tony, M as in Marie, Colland, COLLAND, @hotmail.com.
Excellent. And you would be happy to take more sponsors if they want to help?
Definitely, yes.
And that helps offset the expense because there's no charge to get in.
Right, exactly.
And so
Everything's
but
free.
you do have some fees, I'm sure, for some of the people that are
Right,
performing
yes,
and that sort of
yes.
thing. And just overhead costs. Gail, if you will talk about some of the work of the Diversity Board. You're rather new. I think it's 4 or 5 years old.
Yes, we are new, and it's really nice to have such a small community have a diversity and inclusion board.
Yes.
We're very proud of the work that we've been doing. We've been trying new things. Last year we did a back to school drive, but we didn't do that this year. We didn't have a lot of participation, but it is nice for us to have a diversity and inclusion board in Connellsville. And because of that, we're just grateful that we're able to, have this Juneteenth. Now, we also are sponsoring on the first week of June, we have our Pride Day. And that's also going through the Diversity and Inclusion Board. But then once we have our Juneteenth, well, that's what we're mainly focusing on. Those two things is what the
And you've
diversity.
done that for several years. You've
We've
had
done
those
it.
two events.
Both of those events,
Yeah.
events every year. So
Yeah, well, thank you for your work.
Yes.
To bring diversity and inclusion into the city and the surrounding areas, and just to make people aware
Right,
of the need for that too.
Right.
Stanley, you had something you wanted to say?
Because some more our sponsor we have here is United Baptist Church, St. Paul, PME Church, Martin's, the Rotary Club, the Steel Organization, Connellsville Community Ministry, and the Washington Wild Things.
Okay, so they've all helped.
They
too.
all helped us through the years.
Okay, that's great. That's nice to have those sponsors. And if others want to sponsor, they can get a hold of Tony.
Right.
and
Yes.
Be glad to have. And this event is rain or shine, so
Right.
So
Right.
no matter what happens, we're going to pull it off, right? And I think you've had both over the years. I think you've
We-
had
The
rain or
first
shine.
year we did have the rain, yeah.
we did.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing, as I mentioned earlier, the new location does provide some cover from the sun.
Right.
So you
Yes.
can get
Yes.
that. That'll be helpful.
Yeah.
If you will, Tony, give us the date and times and location again.
Okay, the date for the Juneteenth celebration this year is Saturday, June 21st. It runs from 11 to 5, and rain or shine, we will be there, and
Yeah.
hopefully everyone else will come out too.
Yeah, Yough River Park.
Yes, oh yes, and at Yough River Park.
Yeah, come on down, join the
Yeah,
fun.
right.
Well, Gail, Stanley, and Tony, thank you for your work that you're doing. Thank you for putting this event together, and I hope that it goes well.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
And
having
now,
us.
you're in the know.